Hello, welcome back everyone to another market closing live stream. Today, we're going to look at the market at the same time as watching what happens with Tesla when it reports earnings. Tesla is slated to report earnings at 4:05 p.m. Eastern time. That is, I hope I said that right. 4:05 p.m. Eastern time. That's 1:05 p.m. California time. Pretty excited here. We've got, we've got positive catalysts. If we get a margin beat, that's going to be a big move for Tesla. If we get a margin beat, super excited about that. Remember, Jefferies upgraded them to 950, Bank of America to 900, Credit Suisse affirmed. We've got the numbers you want to write down. I would write these down right now, okay? And I'm going to see if there were any updated estimates because sometimes they update as of the day. So, we may as well do that before we look at what else is going on here. So let's quickly just run the latest so we have them. Here we go. All right. Earnings estimate. Oh, wow. They just adjusted them up again. Yeah. Well, okay. All right. We're now seeing an implied move on Tesla of 4.98%. This is what options are implying. We are now seeing an EPS adjusted Wall Street estimate of 1.67 for adjusted EPS. We're seeing no. Okay. We are seeing GAAP EPS of 1.249 now. These just got revised up. We're seeing revenue of 13.91. That's Wall Street. I am guessing closer to 14.31. So I'm going to put 14.31 as Kevin, and then I'll put WS as the 13.31. And then net for Tesla, we're looking for now revised up to 1.825 billion. All right, so we'll see what happens. It's going to be really interesting. So that is in just about 30 minutes right now. And yeah. It's going to be interesting. All right. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and that clip with the go-kart was great. Thank you for that. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on in the market here. So let me go ahead and do this. There we go. Adjust that a little bit. Okay. Looky what we got here. We've got some red. Finally a little bit of red. At companies like Dutch Bros. There's an opportunity for some folks who are big fans of Dutch Bros to dive in. You've got an opportunity here on PayPal, down 4.79% on that. Might not be an opportunity. It could just be a pricing adjustment because of the Pinterest partnership. I made a video on that, so check that out. I did a few transactions and trades today on Enphase, and haven't done it. Actually, I did actually trade on Affirm today as well. So if you want to see what all my trades were for today, always remember, you get a full publication of everything that I do every single day, instantly when it happens, through the Stocks and Psychology of Money group, link down below with that coupon code expiring on the 29th, which just basically means the price goes up. You can even see over here, filled transactions 13. That's just Weeble. We had a few more. All right, so looking at the upside here, yeah, look at that. Pinterest sitting at 13.55. I got a sweet screenshot of Pinterest sitting at 13.37. I thought that was pretty classic. Love that. Elite. We've got Ethereum. Look at that. Ethereum catching up to this BTC rally, now sitting at 4102. It kind of felt like Ethereum was lagging a little bit. And so now we've got this double gain on BTC, almost double gain here on BTC. Very nice. SoFi actually doing a nice move today, up 3.86. Awesome, SoFi. Good job. Bullish on SoFi. Not a big fan of the price where it sits now, though. As a SPAC, and just looking at some of the numbers, it's going to be profitable before Affirm for what it's worth. But very different lines, very different fields of work. In fact, I made a video on some of the differences between Affirm and SoFi. In case you want to watch that, just type into YouTube, Meet Kevin, Affirm, SoFi. Should come up. I think the title is something different. I think it's like 2 fintech stocks or whatever, but definitely worth a watch. Coinbase up 2.76. Look at this. Etsy up 2.67. Very nice. Look at that. 232 on Etsy. Let's go. That's amazing. Oh, this is so fun. I love when the market goes up because it just lets you get some cash ready again for that next dip. This is good. This is why we bought the dip in September like crazy. 325 on Ubiquity. Corsairs up 1%. EXPI up 0.83%. It's a little marginal there. AMC actually at 41 right now. It's been a little bit of a rocky day here. Robinhood's up about 0.5%. I really think the big one that we're all waiting for right now is Tesla. There's going to be a lot hanging on Tesla because it's really going to be an indication of what to expect going forward with what's it called? Hold on a sec. Let me see this here. Okay, there we go. What to expect going forward in terms of tech earnings, right? How much, if Tesla beats, is it going to go up? How much if Tesla goes down, or I'm sorry, if Tesla misses, is it going to go down? Those, in my opinion, are going to be tells for the rest of the market. So it'll be interesting. Kevin, are you the reason why Enphase tanked when you took profits this morning? Well, there's only one way you'd find out if I took profits on Enphase this morning, by checking out the Stocks Psychology of Money group link down below. Oh dear, unplugged myself. All right, what's this guy saying? S&P to hit 4,800 by year end. Let's listen for a moment.
Challenging for the last 8 weeks, and we know, talking to our institutional investors, they got pretty nervous, raised a lot of cash, got very defensively positioned, and we've only been rallying for about 6 days. I don't think that that's enough to kind of get people position squared. So I think most investors are underinvested right now.
Yep.
In a time when stocks do pretty well seasonally. So I think, it has a.
I actually think he's right. I think a lot of people still have a ton of money in cash on the sidelines.
Well above 4,800 before year end.
So within that, are you staying in the cyclicals? And what do you do with technology if you're bullish on the economy and rates continue to go up?
I think it's actually both technology and Epicenter. Epicenter makes sense because, those are the things people were selling over the last 2 months, but that's really where the demand is.
All right, I'm going to pull off this one here. So I also, by the way, have ready the Q2, just because I want to have it for comparison purposes. I have the Tesla Q2 earnings here for 2021. And so some of the notes that we made here, so that way we'll be able to do a little bit of a side-by-side comparison here to look at how some of the data has changed. So I'll leave that up right here and take a look at this. So good. All right. Let's see here. What about, okay, so we got that ready. That's ready. Try to make sure everything is ready. Tesla down 0.1% right now. I really hope it goes to the moon. I hope it just screams off to $1,000. But you gotta be careful too. PayPal down 5%. Planet 13 getting destroyed. I wonder what puts are like on a firm right now. Let's see here. If I go to a 58-day on a sold put for a firm, that's going to get me about $17. Oh, it's actually not horrible. 150 times 100 times 10. Oh, yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm buying it. I'm selling to open. Doing it. Let's see if it actually goes through. Yeah, I like that. Hold on. Let me see if that stupid thing went through. Because last time I got sniped. What was it yesterday? It was on Lemonade. Whoever sniped it. Did they make money or lose money? Ha! Went down another percent. Switch it. No, it's terrible. I don't care. Percent here or there. I just ran out of time yesterday. I would have probably done it anyway. But, okay, let me throw this in here. Sold put on a firm. Oh, here we go. One sec. Sold put on a firm for December. There we go. Cool. I like it. So that, yeah, I like that. That's a little bit over. I mean, it's potential. There's always this potential that it heads on a downtrend, right? But I don't. I mean, if it, see, here's the thing: if it dips to 135 or 34 or 33, I'm gonna buy it, a little bit of it, and I can get paid about 10% of that commitment right now. And so that way, if it's at 134, okay, I break even with what I just did. If it falls more, okay, fine. Then I'm still buying at 134. If it stays sideways or goes up, I farmed, whatever I did there, $34,000 or whatever of credit. So that's cool. But I like that. That credit was nice for December. That wasn't actually bad. I didn't even check but I've been watching the historic volatility. Let me just get an update on it for today, because sometimes it changes a lot day by day. We did change directions. Yeah, we had a little tick up today. So we're definitely below some of the madness that we had in September when it was running, but a little bit of a tick up today compared to yesterday. So sometimes in those inflection points, I feel like you can get some nice opportunities. That was on a firm that I did a put on. But I may have, who knows, I may have also done a sold put on Enphase. I don't know. I like selling puts on red days. Let's just leave it at that. So, especially on companies I want to own more of. So, yeah. Okay, good. What else? Let's see here. SoFi. Yeah, SoFi's kicking butt. I don't know that. I wonder if on SoFi, how the volatility here is. If there's any, because it's a pretty green day, but that's not necessary. I mean, like, I'd rather not have too much exposure here. But on SoFi, it is sitting about 14% above its long run volatility. If I go to also a December, or if I go a little longer on SoFi, let's say I go to January, just to spread out my capital requirements a little bit. And I go for something like, I don't know if I want to do this. I go for something like $20. So I'm insulated a little bit. And this one I'm going to go, let's say 1,000. Okay. What? So wait. 100 times 20 times 100. 200K. I mean, I could do 200 of those. That right now for January is stacking up. Yeah, but see, it's just pricey right now at $21, I feel like. It's probably too risky for me to take right now. I mean, it's nice. That's actually a nice one too. Yeah. By the way, on October 24th, a bunch of new lectures are coming out again with some updated strategies for options. So stay tuned for that. That'll be really fun. Those are totally for free, whether you buy now or then. It doesn't matter. You'll get the updates. This is super cool. That's what I like about the courses. They kind of they live and breathe. They grow together. A little bit. Let's see here. Cardano was getting stuck at 220 on Cardano. Stuck at 220 on Cardano, and if we look at Ethereum, still sitting around that 666 level. Let's see if it can hold on to 41. Let's go to the hour chart here. I mean, these are some untested waters right here, because even if we go back to, let's go to the day chart, we go back to the previous highs. Let's see here. We got this cool button now where we can hide all the drawings. So we're still not at all-time highs, which were about 43.83. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, there are actually going to be lectures on spreads as well. Yes. No more Musk on earnings day. That's for the earnings call. He did say that last time. I'm not convinced if I don't want to if I want to cover the earnings call. I might just do the transcript.
It should move, even if he says they don't have the stomach to.
Right, and there's some support for that. I don't think you would deny that the Fed probably does hope that these numbers moderate a little bit going into next year. That would make the job a little easier, preserve some flexibility. But, the committee, whether it's Chair Powell or not, the committee increasingly seems like they're moving in exactly that direction to try and fight it. Whether they will or not, the rhetoric is now saying, look, we have to be on alert. We have to be quicker about tapering. We heard that just today from Quarles. We heard it from others, the past couple of days.
And they're not saying transitory anymore.
That's right. And so, I think it's, this is.
They're not saying transitory anymore. Let's jump over here.
Earlier today, which warned that supply chain issues could persist for even longer. It's part of what's becoming a deafening chorus of similar warnings. The phrase supply chain has already been used more than 3,000 times on conference calls from 2021 thus far. And the third quarter reporting season really is just getting underway. So that number could go a lot higher. All of that said, though, John, when you take a look at the reports we've gotten from S&P 500 companies so far, they're still beating, and to a larger extent when it comes to the bottom line. Earnings surprising on average to the upside by about 13%, while on the sales side, they're only surprising to the upside by about.
Bullish for Tesla, and that kind of surprise is actually really interesting as well. 2.11, 12.89, surprise net and rev. That's bullish. Having a net surprise. It's really analysts are overweighting inflation, concerns on bottom lines for corporations and their ability or inability to pass that cost along to consumers, which that's bullish for Tesla.
Thing for us to have new companies bubble up into the top 50 market caps in the S&P 500 beyond just all the technology names that have come to dominate it. So it would be a different regime. You would have to learn some new tricks and some new ways of thinking about the market, but look at the 1950s. They were raising rates the entire decade. It's the best decade for stocks ever, other than the 90s, which, oh, by the way, they were raising rates throughout the 1990s too. So we can live with it. We should have higher rates. By the way, they're not using transitory anymore because I think they know they're actually making inflation worse with $120 billion worth of stimulus every month, which I've been screaming about for the last 6 months. We do have these bottlenecks and these supply constraints all over the world, obviously, but then we have a Fed that's stoking demand relentlessly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and feeding into those.
Oh, sorry. I totally had the wrong guy up. My bad.
Calm down a little bit. So I hope they start tapering. Taper will come, and it will be a relief to business people.
Josh, I think everybody's in a hurry to be done with this asset purchase program. I think taper is pretty much the most.
By the way, epitome of mediocrity. Which yelling match on Gasper? What was the topic of that one? I want to check it out. Thanks.
Stoking the inflation.
Well, do we need more demand and lower mortgage rates right now in a housing market where prices have gone up 19% year over year? Does anybody think that's necessary?
No,
Yep. No, I'm just kidding. It's not sustainable. But anyway, Dow Jones up 0.35, S&P 500 up 0.3. NASDAQ Technology is actually rotating to the downside at 0.1 to the downside. Russell 2000 small cap rotating up 0.55. Oil, Brent over that 85 figure again. At the same time, bonds knocking on the door there of 1.65 on the 10-year. It's going to be a lot of nervousness for these earnings. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs, I think, on these earnings. It's going to be really exciting. I'm stoked. It's so weird. It's 15 minutes away. And I've got the live blog up as well for it, although I think I have my own live blog. And yeah, we'll see how Tesla does. We're now 14 minutes away. Kind of exciting. It's always exciting. You know, if it goes down, you get to go shopping. If it goes up, you pop champagne. All right. In your experience, how much of an impact do rates have on rental prices? Rental prices move much more slowly than housing prices. I don't know that I could draw a direct correlation there because you could see rates go up, housing prices soften, but rent's still going up because they're playing catch up. How overweight are you in Tesla? I'm perfectly balanced in Tesla at about 47% of my portfolio. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, where were we? Although I made a little bit of change this morning. So there was a little bit of a shifty shift. What's happening here? Are we falling into the close? Let's take a peek here. Let's see what's happening. We got 8 minutes to go. Now, pretty stable here on the SPY going into the close. We have Tesla moving up into the close. Now positive 0.18%. Yeah, a lot of folks liking that go-kart. Here, I'll get you a link for it really quick. There's actually a link at the bottom of that YouTube video, the crypto video. Yeah, but a lot of people have been asking for it. But I'll make that a little easier. It's the Bitcoin to 150K video. Okay, there we go. I'll paste this in here really quick. So try that, or let me do this for y'all to make it a little easier. And have y'all seen the go-kart thing I'm talking about, right? I don't know, maybe you haven't. Hold on. You need some excitement before Tesla earnings. So, okay. Come on. Give me a second here. Here we go. Okay. Cart. Okay, you can now go to metkevin.com, not meet Kevin yet. Go to metkevin.com/cart, C-A-R-T, and it'll redirect you there. metkevin.com/CART. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. It's freaking unreal. It's breaking news. Meet Kevin sold Tesla stock. Well, I did do a Tesla video this morning where I may have talked about that too. But anyway, let me do this really quick. Sorry, one sec. Cart. All right, there you go. Okay, so if you haven't seen it yet, here, we'll pull it up. This one. Okay, and then we'll get back to what's going on. So, metkevin.com/cart. I guess I should have spelled it with a K. Well, I could probably do it with a K as well. You know, just to do both. Because that's kind of like a shopping cart. That's not as fun as go-kart. You know what I mean? Okay, I'll do it that way too. I think I could. Can I do both? Probably. Let me try really quick. Oh, yeah, I can. Cart. Haha. See, we're good at this. Okay, good. So that's done. Let me show you this really quick. And so that way, for the folks who don't yet follow me on Twitter, you could see it. And then let's go jump into how things are going into the close. Because the close is going crazy. Or it's about to. Okay, here you go. So here it is. This is my video. I'm going to show it off because here I go.
Bitcoin to the moon! It goes!
Yeah. So anyway, back to stocks. Where were we about stocks and Tesla earnings? That's right. So let's see here. Okay, we've got Tesla dancing around going into the close here. We have about 4 minutes left going into the close. Square sitting at 255. We've got Hood sitting at almost 42 on the Hood. Got Pins halted again right before the close here. Wish up 24%. Pins, never mind. Pins just it's showing as a halt here. I don't know if that's just an oopsies. Ethereum popping a little bit now at 6.83%. We've got, Ethereum sitting at just over 4,100. MicroStrategy up 4.11. Heavily correlates there with Bitcoin, of course. Etsy's almost up 3%. Really impressive. Yeah, Finime. Let's see. Affirm down 5.4%. Enphase down 3.75%. So some of these recent runners taking a little bit of a breather here. My neighbors love me. Trade Desk 2.15% to the downside. Lucid down a little bit. And kind of stable into the close. How's Palantir? Like, when's Palantir ever going to get above and stay above 25? I mean, it ran to 29 And in fairness, I dumped my options like really fast, and I'm happy I did. But you know, Shift Technology is still sitting under $7, like a little weenie baby. But that's okay. When you don't have cars to sell, how do you expect a car seller to make money? You don't. So they're not going to. So you wait. $90 on Win. Outlet sitting at 3.8. Pinterest, 12.9% to the upside. Tiny little bit of a, probably a sell-off here going into the close. Yeah, a little bit of a drawdown into the close. Microvision. Why is Microvision up like this? Hold on a sec. I wonder if there's news on MViz. Microvision either moves off momentum or news. And that Halo headset's pretty exciting. But what do we got over here? CFO to retire. CFO transition. Microvision investors, this is just an article here. Microvision investors can forget self-driving cars for now, whatever. It looks like the news is that the CFO is going to retire. That news came out today. I don't necessarily see that as, I don't think that's necessarily a catalyst for this run-up because that news came out this morning. Microvision CEO. Oh, there was a CEO interview this morning around 9 a.m. No, this run-up happened before that. This could have been at around the time of the interview. Right here. This looks like it was the interview. This could have been anticipation of the interview, and then the slow drawdown. That's probable in terms of what's going on there. Okay, so we are now 1 minute from the close, which being 1 minute from the close, folks, means we are 6 minutes away from Tesla earnings. Woo! That is exciting, 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 exciting. All right, thanks, Epitome. I'll check that out. I will check it out. All right, so 45 seconds from the closing bell. Let's listen to Bloomberg for just a moment, see what they're talking about, yapping about.
Pressures. We think that from the supply pressure standpoint, we would expect to see by the middle of next year that beginning to ease, and we'll see some moderation in inflation. But we think
boring.
That we're only a percentage point away
We'll
from that.
We'll listen to Sarah, not that guy.
Of a percent. You've got a lot of defensive groups in the lead today. Healthcare, utilities. United Health is the biggest contributor to the Dow gains. Goldman Sachs is the biggest drag. There's the S&P 500.
Tesla flat into the close, folks.
3 sectors are down on the day: technology, communication services, and consumer discretionary. Everybody else is higher. Healthcare is there goes the Dow. The Nasdaq closes almost unchanged, but is underperforming on the day. Ahead of
All righty. This is it. The Dow Jones is up 0.43%. The S&P 500 up 0.39%, 38%, 37%. Adjusting a little bit there after the close. NASDAQ Technologies pretty much flat at 0.5% to the downside. Russell 2000 up 0.61%. Folks, we are 5 minutes away from Tesla earnings. This is a massive behemoth with an over $864 billion. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me make sure. I know it's an over $800 billion market cap, but let me see exactly what it is now. Tesla. Let's see here. And then let's see how other things close. It is actually right now at 857. Wow. Their price is really similar to their market cap right now. That's fascinating. Anyway. All right, folks. Oh, Loretta Mester's coming up. She's going to mess up Tesla earnings. You can't have her in the way of Tesla earnings. I want to listen to her and do Tesla. I can't do both. I'll have to pick. I will pick Tesla, of course. All right, folks. I hope you have the numbers written down. If you have not yet written the numbers down, write the numbers down. Okay? EPS, the latest from today. And these have literally gone up like every single day. It's really annoying because they keep changing. The latest average consensus for EPS on Tesla, write it down. Adjusted EPS, 1.67. It's $1.67. EPS gap, 124.9. So $1.249. Revenue, 13.91. Wall Street, 14.31. Kevin. Net, 1.825. And we need margin. We need a margin improvement. Analysts are expecting margin to go down. Okay. We are going to find margin right here. 28.4 Gap Automotive gross margin, 25.8 excluding credits. That's the one we want, excluding credits. So I'm actually going to jump on over now to the, there we go. Woo! Look, they're awaiting Tesla. They're even talking about it.
Those are going to be the key points to be following as we continue to get more companies reporting. I will say that we started off very strong.
I don't know if I showed the thing, the slide deck that I was talking about, but if I didn't, it's right here. That's what I was talking about with the 25.8. I think I totally like didn't, but anyway, whatever.
Financials is not necessarily what's to come. We have very strong results from the financials. If you think about beats, X financials, beats have been a little bit lower. And I think that as we move into the broader market, we're going to be faced with
blah, blah, blah. All right, folks, come on. We are 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away. Let's see how the market's doing really quick. Do a quick check. So anything big happening after hours? After hours, Dave & Buster's. Why is Dave & Buster's all of a sudden up? Hold on a sec, because I've been waiting for this thing to plummet more, and it was finally trending down, and now supposedly it's up 3.41%. Why do I not believe that? Oh, come on. Moody's. Oh, that was yesterday. Okay, yeah, no, there's no news. Moody's upgrades Dave & Buster's yesterday. Okay, to stable outlook. Okay, so that could just be a glitch. Sometimes Webull does that, where they show you something's up a lot and it's really not. Really people are pissed off about waiting for that FDA clearance. People do not like waiting for the FDA. I don't blame them. That FDA's all over the place. All right, we're just going to pop Tesla right here. And I have Tesla on the Bloomberg. Thank you. Shout out to the Bloomberger. And of course, then we've also got we're going to grab the slide deck in just a moment. All right, folks, here we go. This is the perfect place to mention with 40 seconds to go that you can still get 41% off the programs linked down below on Building Your Wealth, whether it's real estate, stocks, the psychology of money, where you get all my alerts on stocks, options, crypto. The code is Diamond Hands. Price goes up on the 29th because of all that transitory inflation that's happening. New content comes out on the 24th, which you get no matter whether you buy it now or then. You get lifetime access to any new content that comes out. There's no upsell. And of course, get up to $70 in totally free stocks by going to metcalvin.com/public. Boom, it's out. Okay. EPS comes in at 1.62, and we wrote down 1.67, so slightly lower there. Tesla, no, I'm sorry. Adjusted beat. It's 1.86 on adjusted. Revenue came in a little lower than the analyst expected. It came in, instead of at 13.91, came in at 13.76. This is pretty close. And its regular GAAP EPS actually beat. It came in at 144 versus 124.9. Okay, now the biggie is going to be all about that margin. We're going to grab that right now. So this is pretty close to estimates. The analysts got this one pretty close so far, with the exception of GAAP beating and adjusted beat here. We could clearly see the ticker moving here. Margin. Holy scheisse. Look at that margin. Oh, bullish. Really good. Holy crap, folks. Look at that number right there. 28.8% excluding credits. That right there is Tesla to the moon with a supply chain crisis and Tesla coming in at 28.8%. Look at Q2, okay? Q2 was 25.8. I said it in my video this morning. This is going to go up because, even though analysts think it's going to go down, because of that S and X coming in. That is so huge. That is amazing. Free cash flow, $1.3 billion in Q3. That compares, just comparing over here. Look at that. Free cash flow last quarter was $619 million. Now, folks, $1.3 billion. Oh my gosh. Cash equivalents were 16.1 right now, 16.2 last quarter. I mean, very stable cash, very high margin. Started the rollout of full self-driving beta to wider population, record production. That's right. We beat production and deliveries by 20%. This is very good. The stock's kind of flat right now because we kind of meet with expectations. But folks, if you have any doubt about this being a company to be in, this is insane. Best ever operating margin of 14.6%, exceeding medium-term guidance. Perhaps most impressively, profitability was achieved while our average selling price decreased by 6% year over year. Year over year, we expected that. We expected growth quarter over quarter, but year over year, due to continued mix towards lower priced vehicles, that's fine. EV demand continues to go through a structural shift. We believe that more vehicles we have on the road, the more Tesla owners are able to spread the word about the benefits of EVs, correct? While the Fremont factory produced more cars in the last 12 months than in any other year, we believe there's room for continued improvement. Additionally, we continue to ramp Shanghai, Berlin, and Texas. We'd like to thank everyone, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and this is despite supply chain shortages, blackouts, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Tesla now moving up 0.5%. This is so good. This margin, holy crap. This is including credits, excluding credits. We're over 28.8%. I'm just floored by this. This is so good. I want to see these numbers. Automotive revenues coming in at $12 billion. We've got automotive gross profit. Let's see here. Total res. I want to just look for the big numbers here that matter right now. EPS. These were the numbers over here. I'm just going to write you what the expectations were really quick so you could see them right next to it. What we talked about, 1.24. I'm going to write down expected. And then this was 1.67. So that's a beat on both EPSs. And free cash flow, look at that move in free cash flow. This is insane. I mean, Tesla has had this before towards the end of 2020. So you probably have sort of a seasonal shift here. And it's possible you had this adjustment as well as we took assembly lines for the S and X offline. And those numbers got reflected in Q1 or as we brought them back online. Not exactly sure. But anyway, total revenue, you might expect to see some of that in Q4, but then again, sales are really good in Q4. But anyway, okay, total revenue grew 57%. I mean, this is amazing. Quarter-end cash equivalents. We know this is absolutely great. This was achieved through growth in vehicle deliveries. Great. Lower average selling price. Fine. What was the average selling price? I'm going to jump to try to find that really quick. Yes. You know what? We'll just do it in order. It'll come soon enough. I just need to be patient. We will find out what the average selling price per vehicle was. I mean, I could divide it by looking at vehicle revenue. In fact, you know what? I'm going to try to do that really quick. So I'm just going to take, hey, Alexa, 12 billion divided by 241,000. Let's see if it works.
12 billion divided by 241,000 is approximately 49,792.5311.
Okay. I was looking for something a little over 50,000. This is up, though, from last quarter. I don't remember exactly what last quarter was, but I have it written down. Give me 1 second. I have last quarter was, let's see here, 49,000. Yeah, it was right at 49,000. And so that is, yeah, okay. All right, 49,000. So it did go up $700. I mean, that's actually really good. Let me see here if there's anything on blue. Oh, now we're actually, the shares are flat. It's bobbing all over the place. This is very, very close, and this is typically what Tesla does. Tesla typically goes down after earnings. Somebody left me a comment in the last video. They're like, Kevin, you said Tesla goes down after earnings. Yeah, that's because it usually does. And he's like, well, over the last 3 months, it went up. It's like, yeah, I'm saying immediately after earnings, it goes down. and then people get over it. But anyway, okay, operating income, vehicle cost reduction, positive impacts offset by ASP decline. Remember, that's a year-over-year ESP decline. Bitcoin-related impairment. What? They took an impairment in Q2 of $51 million. Even though they took a $51 million loss on Bitcoin, they're mega profitable on this. So that's because Bitcoin has skyrocketed within the last, three-ish weeks here. It's been incredible. Okay, this is our production deliveries. Here's that 241 figure. We have lease accounting at 16,000. Alexa, 16,658 divided by 241,391. Get that percentage.
16,658 divided by
is Come on.
One rounds to 0.06900084.
Okay, so you have about 6.9% are leases. Okay, lease count. Okay, solar deployed and storage deployed. This is pretty flat quarter to quarter over here. That's okay, especially since we're going to expect to see this number go down here. We're going to see this number go down because they paused the solar leasing. And that's probably going to push storage down, but that's okay because they're trying to push cars right now. Mobile service fleets, that stayed flat. Store and service locations. Wow, they opened up like 32 more stores and about 2,300 more superchargers, around 2,300, something like that. All right, then we've got in Q3, we saw a continuation of global supply chain, transportation, and manufacturing challenges. I just can't believe they got margin to push the way they did. Fremont factory produced over 430,000 vehicles in the last 4 quarters. That's really good. We're almost at 500K in Fremont. That's great. Let's look at the production over here. Shanghai. Oh, wow. Look at this. They're on par to do 600,000 in California in the Fremont facility. And right now they're greater than 450 in Shanghai. Shanghai, folks, is built to get to a capacity of 1 million, or at least those are the plans. So I can't say it's built because then it probably would have that at this point, but that's where the plan is going. So Texas is progressing as planned. We are commissioning equipment. Good. China remained our main export hub. Production has ramped well in China. We're driving improvements to increase the production rate further. Shifting to the lithium iron phosphate battery. This is very common. We're seeing this almost everywhere right now. Factory build out remains on track with testing of equipment well underway. Expect to receive final permit approval by the end of the year. They've had so many headaches with Germany. Die Deutschen! All right. So Q3 hosted AI Day, looking for talent. That's good. I'd love to work for Tesla. In October, we started to expand our full self-driving to more drivers based on their safety score. I tweeted what my safety score is. You can follow me there at RealMeetKevin. And if you want to see the real car I've been driving most of the time, go to metkevin.com/cart with a C or K. It doesn't really matter. Tesla now down 1.25%. Opportunity. Talk to the Germans, please. Schnell, schnell. Come on. All right. Vehicle software. New app, whatever. 4680 cell continues to progress. We're producing an increasing number of battery packs for testing. So they're not really selling any cars yet with the 4680. So far, the test results meet our current expectations. Castings, both needed for a structural battery pack architecture, are being produced at Giga Texas. Oh, so you're not going to get structural battery packs until you actually have the castings from Texas. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Energy storage, they're giving you the year-over-year number because they didn't really deploy much more in the quarter. Solar, I want to hear more about solar. Cost improvements, services. This was see, they're not really talking about how they discontinued the solar leasing. I'm surprised by that. We also launched our telematics insurance product in our first state, Texas, in early October. We believe our insurance premiums will be able to more accurately affect the chance or reflect the chance of a collision compared to any other insurance product. This is going to be a sort of a long run bonus to profitability. Volume growing as efficiently as possible. We got plenty of cash. Okay, whatever. Photos. Oh, look, they have a carnival. They gave the Germans a carnival. Well, hopefully they also gave them beer. I see hay, carnival, whatever Ferris wheel thing. These probably, I would say beer tents. I'm going to go with beer tents. Sehr good. Probably some bratwursts over here. Anyway, okay, then, oh, look how cool this looks. Who doesn't want to work there? That's awesome. Factory view. Beautiful. Tesla Model Y quality control. Tesla Texas. Tesla Shanghai R&D facility. Nice. This is the Giga Press. Some of their casting presses. So cool. The robotic arms over here on tracks. Fascinating. It's mechanics. All right, so these are just some comparisons and charts, financial statements. We already reviewed a lot of these. I'm looking for, let's see here. I want to see if we have any differences here in R&D. Oh yeah, there you go. R&D last quarter was 666. Now we've actually gone down a little bit to 576. So that increases profitability and free cash flow. SG&A, they're actually reduced. Look at this. Come on, folks. What company sells more vehicles yet reduces its cost for SG&A? This is so good. This is such a phenomenal report. Really, really good. I really like this. Okay, total rev, sales, services, energy. Nothing else to really see here right now. No big changes here. Current assets, that's fine. This is really just balance sheet liabilities. So I always like looking at current, by the way. Current liabilities are sitting at 1.5 billion. Hold on, let me make sure I drew that. No. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I thought it was higher. $16 billion. $16 billion of current liabilities. And current assets sitting at 24.6. Really well capitalized. I mean, they have enough cash right here to pay off all of their current liabilities. Stock-based comp and stock-based comp over here reduced this quarter. That helped them with their free cash flow. What else? All right. That's it. Cool. Awesome. Now we're going to look at some other charts here. This was fun. I'm really happy about this. Let me see what Bloomberg's saying here. Let's see. Really, the title is Q3 revenue misses estimates. You jackasses just raised the estimate. Whatever. SpaceX will make Elon Musk the world's first trillionaire, says Morgan Stanley. Wow, that is so cool. All right, looking at, see, this is what I was wondering as well. Still no data points on the solar roof or the lease issue. Tesla shares having a hard time making up their mind. Yep. Lucid and Fisker shares up slightly. Lordstown Motors down. Tesla shifting to lithium iron phosphate batteries globally. They used to do that only in China. Now they're doing that globally. Musk is saying he's going to do that in Musk has said he was going to do that in the West too. This may signal just how bad the shortage is and where Tesla has gone on batteries. Much of the industry seems to follow. Tesla says cash and loan purchases accounted for nearly all solar deployments. Cash and loan purchases. Solar City had popularized the lease model, but Tesla focused on another product for solar. That's so weird. Okay. That's interesting that you really didn't see many people adopt the leasing. I thought the leasing was smart because it was cancel anytime leasing. All right. Let's see. Anything else here? Yeah, the margin was insane. That even Bloomberg here is saying Elon Musk is delivering on the narrative. Wow. The auto reporter for Bloomberg, this was my reaction like 4 minutes before they got to that reaction. They wrote, wow, Tesla is reporting automotive gross margins of 30.5% and 28.8% excluding credits. This is so insanely good. This is so incredible. That margin beat, holy crap. Like that margin beat should over the next 3 months push this thing to 1,000 plus. I mean, let the traders and all the shorters and stuff have their fun that people do, which if you are that person, I don't care. Like, please, I hope you make money. I mean, it's trading sideways, so you're probably not going to right now. But whoever you are, I hope you make money. But in terms of the long portion of your portfolio, I hope you have Tesla in it because this is freaking insane. This is really good. Let's see what else we have here. Very, very good. I don't know if Tesla sold Bitcoin today. I have no way of knowing that. There's no report of that in Bloomberg that I could see. Yeah, I'm checking. Yeah, I don't see anything about that, but just because I'm not seeing it doesn't mean that that's not a possibility. I do know that the rumor mill is very low quality when it comes to Tesla, so you just have to be careful with the rumor mill. Okay, Bitcoin sitting at 65.9. A little bit of a drop right here on BTC. I think we have a little bit too much enthusiasm on what's it called? Bitcoin right now. That's not me not being bullish. Like, I just think in the short term, it's going a little too fast. I would like to see a little bit of a pullback just so I can buy more. And I'm being serious about that. I just want to buy a little more. Because my allocation, right? Like, my allocation is a little screwed up right now. I'm like 45% Ethereum, probably like 35%. No, probably like 40% Cardano. And then I think my Bitcoin's only like 18%, something like that. And I'm trying to get that to 20, 40, 40, but whatever. It fluctuates. So, yeah, see, look, Dave & Buster's is gone. Remember how earlier I was saying I think it's a Weeble glitch? Dave & Buster's gone from the after hours. That's because they've been trickling down, and I'm very happy about that, so I can hopefully buy them soon. Yeah, they're flat in the after hours. Okay, so that's nice. Who else reported today? Oh my gosh, what is all this? Hold on a second here. Oh, I'm totally on the wrong page. 1 second here. I will look at IBM in a second. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to IBM. Let's see what's going on with IBM. They've really lost their edge, huh? I mean, I feel like every time I cover them, they're in the pooper. Oh, come on. How does Dave & Buster's go up the second I'm like, I want to buy them at some point in the future here? They stay down. Okay, IBM. IBM down 4.59% in the after hours. Let's see why. Revenue came in at 17.62. The expectation was 17.83 billion. I mean, that's pretty close. EPS came in to 2.52 versus 2.53 expected. I mean, that's also very close. Gross margin 46.4%. Yeah, market did not like this. Market was expecting a bigger beat on IBM. Mixed results for last quarter before spinoff of a particular unit. 1 cent miss. Yeah. I want to see the earnings call for IBM, though. I'll look at the transcripts later. IBM earnings call. Okay. Then let's do who else reported today. Okay. Tesla, IBM, those were the big ones. Oh, Las Vegas Sands. LVS. Let's see how the casinos are doing, because this is going to weigh on Win. I don't know any Win, but Las Vegas Sands comes in with revenue of 857 million, property EBITDA 47 mil. What the heck? Adjusted property EBITDA 47 mil. The estimate was 231. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm confused by that. So net revenue was 857 million. The casino revenue was 533 million. Loss of 368 million. Room revenue was 100 million. They lost on adjusted EPS 45 cents per share. Las Vegas Sands drops 2.3%. They lost more than expected. The adjusted loss was 23 cents, and they came in at a 45-cent drop. Okay, let's look at that. LVS, Las Vegas Sands. You know what? I'm going to put them on the watch. Okay. I'm going to go drive my go-kart after this in excitement for what happened with Tesla, which if you like my go-kart, go to metkevin.com/kart. You can spell it however you want, with a C or a K. Okay, Sands lower after miss. Heightened pandemic restrictions. They really missed on the bottom line. I don't understand exactly where the expectation was on the top line, but it looks like the bottom line miss was the issue here. Okay. What else? I don't know what Lamb is. What's Lamb? Crown Castle International? I don't know what these things are. Crown Castle International. What is this thing? Crown Castle International is real estate investment trust. You look at a real estate investment trust's earnings. Kind of boring. REIT. All right, let me look at it really quick. Crown Castle EPS 81 cents. 751 million versus the estimate of 750.1. Looks like they nailed it, but they announced an 11% increase to their common stock dividend. Their guidance seems to be on point. Okay. So, dividend increase, and it's going down. Oh, REITs. REITs are funny. They're not actually a horrible tool for diversifying if you can get a good one. Yeah, IBM's the one getting smoked. Spotify. I mean, these are just small little fluctuations here, 1% here or there. Tesla, 0.5% to the downside, fluctuating. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes up. Lam Research? I don't know what this is. It's LRCX is the ticker. That's why it wasn't coming up. What is this thing? Manufacturers, markets, and services, semiconductor processing equipment. Okay, well, you got my attention. LRCX. Okay, the company's products are used to deposit special films on silicon wafers and etch away portions. Okay. They came in with a slight miss on revenue, 4.3 billion versus 4.33 expected. Adjusted EPS actually beat 8.36 versus the estimate of 8.15. This is so weird. This is what Bloomberg was talking about. We're literally beating on net, but not on revenue. In more cases than not, we're beating on the bottom line, but not on the rev. It happened on Tesla. It happened to this LRCX. Bloomberg says it's consistently happening to a bunch of different companies. Their sales, now they're still going down because the sales forecast has fallen short of estimates, but whatever. The bottom lines are going up. All right, folks. I think we did well. I think we did very well. I appreciate y'all being here. Congratulations, Tesla investors. If you're going to go watch the or listen to the earnings call for Tesla, have fun. I don't think Elon's going to be there, so I'm not going to be there. I'm going to go have another cup of coffee and ride my go-kart. Go to metkevin.com/kart to check out my go-kart. Go to metkevin.com/join to join my courses on building your wealth. Use that coupon code DiamondHands. Go to metkevin.com/public to get a free stock worth up to $70. Go to metkevin.com/life to get life insurance in as little as 5 minutes. And folks, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for being here.